Hey everyone, Karl Klausewitz, your host. I want to welcome you all to my podcast, an opportunity for you to listen to your favorites here. We'll talk to real people about their real businesses, real inspirations, real struggles, real ideas, real motives, and more importantly, their real experiences. So are you ready to witness it all? Let's get started. Start having enough work that you can be hiring people and outsourcing a little bit. It's hard to gauge when you should be doing that and when you're doing too much mundane stuff yourself, I guess, huh?
Yeah, and I guess at some point it becomes very apparent that, well, of course, you sometimes you get what you spend the most time on. And I think after having like 3 burnouts, you slowly got to get to an idea that maybe we should hire someone. But no, I think at some point it will become very apparent. Things that we spend a lot of time on, exactly what Bradley says. For example, outsourcing, prospecting can be outsourced quite easily, I think. And so yeah, step by step, start small. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves. I think it's very important that Bradley and I understand what we're doing. We want to understand the campaigns, want to understand why we're doing stuff, so we can really show other people what we're doing. If you just started and would hire a lot of people, like sure, work would get done, but Brett and I wouldn't know what we're doing. So we really want to work really hard right now for the next few months, and then slowly start to outsource stuff to our hopefully employees by then.
Yeah, just keep interviewing people and seeing what they're about, kind of testing, build a bit of trust, a few of them, and see if there's a potential long-term thing that we can get them on board for.
Important not to hire everyone. Just because they have a pretty face doesn't mean they're good at sales, or good at building campaigns. Right. I don't speak from experience, but, it's just really something to keep in mind. Really talking to a lot of people, networking with people, just see how it goes. Yeah. Start early, think big, but start small. Yeah.
So how are you coming about clients mostly? Is it just referrals that you guys work from?
At this stage, it's still just manual outreach. That's what we're doing right now. It works pretty well, especially when you do understand what people want. If you understand, it just goes so quick, and you can outsource it really quickly. Like when you have a plan and offer a strategy that works, well, then you don't need to do it. You can just hire 2 or 3 people, pay them $5 an hour, and work gets done. Meetings left and right. So I don't think it's rocket science. In the long term, we'd consider running our own advertisements. But right now, I don't see why we would do that, to be honest.
Right.
Just don't want to spend money or don't want to invest too much in the early stage, especially now at a transitioning phase. Transitioning phase, experimental phase. We don't want to invest too much money because there's a risk that we might lose that money. So right now, Brett and I are doing everything manually. Just really getting our hands dirty and see where it goes.
Cool, great. Is there a lot of pressure to show results on a really quick basis? Do people come at you wanting to see results right away, or does that sort of thing take time?
There are some expectations.
Yeah.
Biggest pressure are from ourselves, I think. Our families, I can't speak for Bradley's family, but my family at least is really understanding, have really patience. They just say, okay, Marc, you know what you're doing, just I don't care. But the biggest pressure are from Bradley and myself. We really want to get results fast because that's what we just grew up with, instant gratification. They're just in business, especially at the beginning, just gotta hold that sucker down, just gotta have patience.
Yeah.
Success takes time. You need to get through it step by step.
Exactly.
Also, when working with clients, you just need to, even if they say, "Yeah, I want an extra 10 grand next week." I mean, it's not exactly how it works. Straight away, we have to have a look at what we're working with. If they even have a brand, sometimes they don't even have an Instagram set up or a website set up, and it's just like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, we can run tons of Facebook ads, whatever, but there's nowhere to send people to. There's no, it doesn't.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
we send like tons of people to your website, and it looks terrible. It's like, okay.
Mm.
So things take time. Need to build the foundation first. Do some organic stuff for a while until you get a bit of traction, get a little bit of growth, and then you can start investing a bit of money into some paid ads to kind of really boost it and elevate it even further. So that's why we need to set the expectations in advance to kind of tell them like, look, it's going to take probably a couple of months to probably get set up, and it's going to be a lot of testing, a lot of trial and error for the next few months. You're going to be receiving reports on what's doing and kind of little checkup meetings, just kind of let them know like this is what we're going to be working on for next week, next month, whatever. And then over time, like month 3, month 4, I don't know, it depends. It will start to go a bit more smoother, and you start seeing the results that you want. So
Yeah.
yeah, of course, people always they want it now, but it's just not how it works.
Right.
Yeah.
I think you've I don't know if you've noticed that in your space or how have you seen that happening.
Yeah, especially if you're trying to grow a following or build out any kind of a page. It really does take time, and you can't skip steps even if you want to.
No, consistency.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Now, consistency is the most important thing. Consistency beats hard work, beats talent. I always got these motivational quotes on Instagram. I always say the same stuff. So, but it's true. Consistency is just so important, especially when you're feeling like shit. Just gotta get on with it. Building a page, building your brand, building your company, trying to get clients. Uh,
Yeah.
we're all in the same boat, just going into different directions. So yeah, just
For me,
patience is the
it's kind
biggest
of
thing.
like being a professional. Just means showing up whether you feel like it or not.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean Ronaldo, for example, he didn't get the biggest following on Instagram overnight. Which is I don't know how old he was when that happened, but it could have been like 30 years. 30 years in the making. So yeah, I think that's a big problem, especially in the agency space. Or nowadays, you see a lot of people that got from 0 to, I don't know, 60K in like 4 months, which can happen definitely, but it's in a grand scheme of things, in business terms, that's ridiculous. That's crazy amounts of money in such a short time, especially in our business model where you don't have a lot of where you don't need to invest a lot of money up front. Just a few programs here and there, a few contractors here and there. It's nothing compared to an e-com store or a SaaS company where you have to put in tens of thousands or even millions of dollars into that. So going from 0 to 60K in in half a year, it's crazy. It doesn't happen a lot. If you don't have results in the first year, that's completely fine, as long as you're really trying to work hard and really trying to understand your niche. That's also really important. A lot of people go for e-com, but they just see the money. There's a lot of money to be made in e-com, but you really got to stand out from the crowd. You have proof of concept. You really got to know what you're doing. So yeah, starting small, be consistent, and just have patience. Yeah, it's the biggest thing, having patience.
Yeah. It also seems that people skip working on your mentality and working on your mental state as well. They just go super hard into all this stuff. They work super hard, but they don't take care of themselves. They don't, I don't know, find ways to calm themselves down or find ways to that keeps it enjoyable for themselves as well outside of just work, which could definitely hit you really hard later on. if you're going too fast and you don't know how to deal with it. So that's there are also some fun courses for that. Definitely, you could and books is a very good way to learn stuff like that and kind of learn how the brain works a little bit and just work
Mhm.
on your mental state. I feel like it's a big thing that people overlook when you shouldn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, it's like having your first car and it's like a Ferrari or something, you know. It's like you're most definitely gonna crash because you have no idea what you're doing. You're going way too fast, way too big, you know, you don't know what you're doing. Just gotta start small with like a Mini or a Volkswagen, you know. It's very boring, very generic. I hate Volkswagen, but the cars are really good to learn stuff in, you know. Same can be
Yeah.
said for business. Start small,
Yeah.
start boring, and then when you go bigger, you can do whatever you want. Then you can be like the people you see on Instagram, you know, flashing with their cars. You know, no one wants to talk about the hard work. Everyone wants to show the Lambo just how easy it is because they want to sell their 997 cores. So at some point, you really get an understanding of how the world really works, and it's really definitely not sunshine and flowers.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
life's
I
dark
like that
days.
analogy that everybody wants to drive the Ferrari right away, and nobody really knows how much maintenance it takes and how much it costs to maintain it.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, you got to start with a manual.
What
I
do you
love
have?
that.
What do you
What's
have
that?
going on what do you have planned for the new year for success marketing?
Well, I'm trying to have a podcast once a week,
Hmm.
and I'm building out new Instagram. I'm got a lot more YouTube videos that I'm doing now.
Awesome. Just growing organically, you know, just
Yeah,
putting in the hard work.
yeah, yeah, pretty much. I have different coaching packages available as far as laser coaching for
Hmm.
faster time, group coaching, and so some different options.
Nice.
Um,
Awesome, awesome.
So what's the ideal client you look for then for like your packaging? Do you have like different types or?
well, I started mostly with entrepreneurs,
Hmm.
but I've kind of branched out a little bit more into the corporate world now. Um, companies have budgets for coaching and training, so that can be quite helpful.
Yeah.
Whereas,
Yeah, I agree. Like, I think mindset is becoming like more and more people realize how important it is to have a healthy mind. You know, having a healthy body is one thing, but actually being healthy up here is so much more important, I think, than
yeah,
having a healthy body. Yeah. You know,
yeah, it's tough when you don't take care of yourself. So many people don't get
Yeah.
enough sleep, or they don't eat enough nutrients, or they
exactly.
don't think
Exactly. Or
about it.
just having the occasional mental health red wine, you know, just good for a healthy mind, you know.
Yeah.
It's one of my New Year's resolution is just to once a week just sit on my balcony and just have a glass of red wine. Very simple, but it just helps me relax so much from a long week. And from next week, I really want to do that every single week. So I've got all my alcohol I need. Just one glass a week. It's completely fine. Just relax. No phone, no MacBook, no music, no nothing. Just nice red wine. That's
good.
That's doing wonders.
Yeah,
I just always forget to do that.
Well, if you haven't been doing that, that's really important to remember to take time for yourself like that.
Exactly. Now, sometimes you really do know that it's good for you, but for some reason you're just not doing it. But it's just humans are crazy. They know what's good for them, but they don't do it.
Right.
Just because
it takes a lot of effort, and then.
I think so. Yeah, exactly. So,
And laziness.
Laziness. Yeah. Sometimes I just rather work than do good stuff like eating instead of ordering takeout. But in the long term, that's not really sustainable. That's not healthy, I think, and just something I really need to work on for next year. Definitely ordering less takeout, just going to my kitchen and just cook some chicken or something and some rice. It just takes like 15 minutes. But I don't know, just addicted to the work, which can be a good thing, can also be a bad thing.
I mean, that's a beauty of a convenience offer like that, like takeout. Like you can just keep working. You can just order on your phone, keep working.
Dude.
The door buzzes, you go pick it up, you sit down, you go back to work, and you eat. While you're sitting there.
People want it both ways, They want to not eat healthy and have quick food and have it taste really good, and I can eat a bunch of fat and sugar, and then they want to be skinny and be fit and
exactly, dude.
And it just doesn't all work at the same time.
No.
When I lived in the Netherlands, like I lived in a small city, like you could call it a big village, I think. And you had like a few takeouts, you had like Domino's and New York Pizza, a few kebab shops, and that's it. But when I came to Istanbul last year, like it's the biggest city in Europe, I was like, dude, they are like genuinely like in a 10-mile radius, there are like 500 restaurants. And I was just bamboozled. I was like, holy damn. I just started ordering takeout, tacos, hot dogs, just everything. And I gained like, how much did I gain? I think in 3 months, I gained like 6 kilograms, which is, I'm not a big boy. I'm not tall. I'm quite a small boy, For me, 6 kilos is just a massive difference, It's almost like 10% of my body weight, instantly. Like it was crazy. But now, the last few months, I've been gaining control again. Lost like 4 kilograms. Started doing daily workouts again, going on walks, starting with once a week a red wine. Just really getting into the groove again. And I feel so much better already, and it's not even 23 yet.
Yeah.
So, I think the most important thing is to make it sustainable. Everyone has New Year's resolutions, but you always gotta make it sustainable. Like you want to reward yourself in the long and in the short term,
Right.
And I think that's where a lot of people take a wrong turn to not making it sustainable.
Yeah, it's like they'll call it a diet, and it makes it from the beginning just this thing that you do for a little while.
Yeah.
Whereas
exactly.
you need life changes, not a temporary thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
People
like
No, go for it.
I, for example, deleted all these delivery apps from my phone, and since then I just didn't order anything. Just very easy. If I need something, I'll just call a friend of mine, and she orders for me. But she knows that I am not trying to eat like McDonald's and stuff. So I once asked her to order something for me, like a Big Mac, And she was like, nah, dude, and hung up the phone. It's like, no, not for you. It just was disappointing. It was a rough day, so I really needed a Big Mac. But she, at the end of the day, she was right. But that's also really cool to have an accountability partner. Someone that really keeps you in your lane.
It helps a lot. Yeah,
helps a lot. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just doing stuff alone is really tough, man. Especially when trying to lose weight, getting a fit body, Yeah. Some point you cannot call your mama.
Planning your meals helps a lot with nutrition too, because then you don't end up in a hurry and not having something and just grabbing whatever's around.
I'm so bad with that. I'm very impulsive. I cannot do that because every single day I want and I need to eat something different. I don't know what I want to eat until I need to eat. Like, it's crazy. Sometimes I'm really looking forward to making a nice piece of salmon, but then when it's time to make that salmon, I want to have lasagna, for example. It's I'm really impulsive when it comes to foods because I think for me personally, mood plays such a big role in what I want to eat. It's crazy. Maybe I'm the only one, but I can't just make food like more than 6 hours before I need to eat. So yeah, I don't know. I'm weird when it comes to food.
Yeah, or just like take like a Sunday and just plan out your week for like every day. What am I gonna eat? Write it down, do the groceries for it, and then every day you got something different. But you also know what you're gonna eat, so you do that and stick to that.
Yeah, it's good to have staples anyway.
Yeah.
What a stress-free life that would be, man.
Yeah.
Knowing what you want to eat a week before. Cheers. Nah, dude. Yeah.
So how was your Christmas, Karl?
Oh, it was great.
Oh yeah.
Just small, just hanging out at the house. No big family or anything like that. Just me and my mom.
Casual.
Yeah. Nice and chill.
Probably go see some family here in January. They were all busy.
So for New Year's or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the week between Christmas and New Year's is always so awkward to me. I feel like the time doesn't exist.
Yeah,
I feel like
you don't know what
day it is. It's like right? I don't know what's going on. Like it was Christmas and now it's like this awkward few days until New Year's, and then then there's a new start. It's I don't know. It's awkward.
You can also just start the new year now and then have a head start.
I don't know what to do. Like, do I start now with my New Year's resolutions or do I wait a few more days? Like,
why wait?
The logical answer would be to start now, but like,
you don't want to. That's
it's like
you can get ready, get things lined up.
Yeah, you can get things prepared a little bit. And then...
That's what I'm doing right now, just preparing for next year exactly, from business but also personal wise. Just preparing. I think that's the way to go. Maybe I'm wrong. Next year we'll do something different, maybe, but I don't know.
Different impulses.
Different impulses. Exactly. Nah. I never really celebrate Christmas anyway, because Christmas, like 25th is my birthday, so my family never really. Thanks, man. So my family never really celebrates Christmas. Well, we do have a tree, we do stuff with the presents, but like it's always awkward. I don't know why, but
Yeah,
I actually had one of my roommates in school. I had a birthday on Christmas, so I'd always make it a point to wish him a happy birthday, especially because I always felt bad it would get buried in the
yeah. Like, I don't want to take any attention away from Jesus, but like, sorry.
Right.
Can't help it.
Just sitting awkwardly next to the Christmas tree, you know.
Right.
Just sorry, Jesus. It's my time to shine. Nah, no.
Start writing like a
Nah.
Christmas and birthday song hybrid and start singing that instead.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
That's a good
that's
idea.
such a good idea. Yeah.
Birthday
I don't know
carol.
anyone that could. Yeah, I don't know anyone that could make a song about that. It would be cool. I don't know why. Yeah. No.
I wish you were.
No, I do like. Exactly.
Start mixing up.
Yeah.
I mean, you're
I
a
think,
DJ. You could do something.
Yeah, I used to be a DJ. I really want to start again though, but not now. Like maybe in a few years. I used to be a DJ when I was a teenager in Germany and first few years in the Netherlands. But it was so. No, it wasn't really anything to me. I still would like to DJ, but not in front of a crowd. Just like for me, or at a house party, for example. It's so addicting. It's like
Takes a lot of practice, right? It's just like playing an instrument, I guess.
well, you would think that, but a lot of new DJs they do something what's called syncing. So like normally as a DJ, you try to line up two songs, which can take a lot of practice. But for the past 10 to 15 years, we have like a newer I don't know what it's called, discs like the
Digital
DJ
turntables or something?
yeah, turntable, exactly, turntable, yeah. You have like a sync button, so when you press the button all the work is done. So there are a lot of memes in the community that talk about sync people or sync DJs. Like one of the biggest DJs in the world, a lot of them, they just press the sync button, and yet they still sell hundreds of thousands of tickets for one concert. You know, I'm not gonna say their names because I don't think I'm gonna do any reputation damage if I were to say their names. But like, it's just crazy. But yeah, in practice, it does take a lot of practice, definitely. If you want to do it well, if you want to be original, if you want to have your own style, I think it takes a lot of practice, but it's so rewarding, you know, just really having a nice house party with a few friends, and really hitting the tunes, hitting the notes with your craft. It's just, there's nothing like it, and you can always see it in the reactions. You know, that's one thing I miss about being a DJ, is just seeing the reactions from the crowd. It's like, oh damn, that was clean, something like that. You know, just that's really crazy.
Yeah, people get really excited.
Yeah. If you think about it, it's just the same tune over and over. But like, I think, that's coming from me. I listen to a lot of techno. So a lot of people say to me, like, that's not music, that's just the same noise for 6.5 minutes. But now when you're really in a groove, when you're really in the zone, like you can vibe to it for like hours and hours, maybe an entire night, if you take some illegal supplements. So
hey guys, that was all for today. I hope you enjoyed the podcast, and if you did, don't forget to like it and share it as much as possible. We'll meet here again, same time, same place, but with new guests. You can find me on Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube as well. I'm Karl, your friendly life coach, signing off. Take care. Bye.